Don't worry guys, the raider hasn't killed me just yet. Don't expect that we're going to be talking about much in this video. The only big thing I want to talk about is the armor variants. If you don't know already, I'm a big person on fashion. Check me out on Reddit. I don't know, maybe. Don't do that actually. But before we do that, a short disclaimer. I won't be talking about any hero changes or really what the hero does or whatnot. That's not really what I focus on. If you do want that, please go to Slanderous. We've already established this in another video of mine. So please just go over to him, not me. The main great thing is obviously the new hero. There's no doubt about that. I really like their design. One big negative about them is that they're female. Just kidding. I am just kidding. Please don't cancel me. But overall, I really do enjoy this hero so far. And tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. They do seem interesting to fight against. I will say I think Marvel fans are going to be really excited for this hero because now they can cosplay as a female Captain America. But the hero design itself looks amazing. I like the shield, weapon designs. I am glad I was correct on them either having a mace or some other type of sword in the last video. I'm glad that they have a shield. I did mention that to my editor, but apparently he thought it was too goofy. Oh, guess who's not getting paid? Wait, he doesn't get paid in the first place.
This is the part where you're supposed to laugh! Laugh, you stupid motherfucker!
Isn't that funny? Now I'm going to be talking about things I don't really care about. Arab Night Sky, Mythic Outfit, everything in the event battle pass. Let's not forget the goofy finger snap. Moving on to someone that's actually pretty good or at least decent. Now you can finally summon the Master Hand from Super Smash Bros. But I will admit I don't mind the Fire Dance signature. I kind of like that for Tiondi. Let's move on to the armor variants, the thing I'm very excited about because I am very big on fashion. I just want to mention if I don't talk about any heroes' new armors because I thought they were boring and their armor wasn't that spectacular or there was nothing really to talk about. As well, I thought your main choices were terrible and I think you should stop playing For Honor and stop watching this video. Now moving on to the best part or the worst part or maybe the random part, we're going to be talking about Warden's new armor. They did a spectacular job on his helmet design and his arms aren't particularly greatest, but his chest is really good except when you turn around on the male default and look at the back. For some reason Ubisoft is trying to give Warden some ass where it doesn't exist. This doesn't happen for the female for some reason. I wonder what Ubisoft is telling us. Alright, now taking a look at Centurion's. His new armor is as smooth as Raider's chest. I should know. Now moving on to the hero that's still waiting for his reinforcements.
Is this a joke?
I like the design of Conqueror's chest. It's nice and sleek. But I will say his helmet just looks like a more royal themed dog muzzle. Lawbringer is just Lawbringer. He's still waiting for the day to show off all of his gains. Blackpire's new armor is really cool. I especially like his helmet and chest. They look really good. His arms are a bit too much. I think they went a bit overboard with it. But other than that, pretty good armor. Now moving on to the hero that ruined my life, because if you remember, the Raider destroyed my home and took everything I had. Nothing special about Raider, like always, still naked, with his smooth-ass chest, barely any metal, but his helmet does look pretty good, I will give him that. Now moving on to a Viking that gets more metal than Raider, Highlander. I especially like his metal kilt and the metal and leather around, especially his beret. The only thing Highlander needs now is a long baguette. Now moving on to a Viking that wants to be a barber.
I've seen you take scalps.
It's different.
He has some really good metal fashion, I must say. Better than Raider. Oh wait, he doesn't have any metal. Now taking a look at Warlord, in my opinion, who has some of the best armor for the Vikings. I really do like the metal and the hints of gold, and especially I do like his helmet. Looks really nice. Now moving on to the Viking with the worst armor, Jormungandr. The only positive thing with his new variant set is you can make him look like Hog Rider. Now moving on to the Samurai, we're going to be taking a look at Kensei. We've already basically got this armor set already, but Ubisoft forgot.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Okay, I already see one. Give him. Okay.
They're the same picture.
If you remember, we already got this when Lord Ramiel came out. But the only real differences they changed was the hair being black instead of blonde, and they made the eyebrows more gold, and that's really it. Taking a look at Orochi. The one big negative with this armor set is that his helmet looks like a pistachio nut, and it's permanently blue or green on the armor. Other than that, it's fine. It could obviously be better if we just stopped adding permanent colors on armor sets. Now looking at Shinobi, he finally got some decent to okay armor. You know, he hasn't got good armor since the dark times, so it's alright for what it is. Now moving on to the hobo of the samurai, Uramusha. For some reason he can afford metal and chainmail on a piece of dirty cloth, but he can't afford actual sleeves in a shirt. Ubisoft still hasn't tried anything really new with Uramusha. They just keep thinking, I'll give him some golden chainmail on a dirty ass cloak, would make him look cooler, or at least make him at least have some money. Sorry to say, but it's just boring and doesn't work at all for what he is. At least give him some different armor from maybe other heroes, or at least give him something decent to wear. Now moving on to Hitakiri.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Before I roast Hitakiri's design and new armor, let's talk about some positives. I like the no theater masks being gold and the hints of silver and that everywhere. That's totally fine. So let's now go into the negative. The worst thing about Hito's helmet is that it just basically looks like they took Warden's helmet and just gave it to him and cut it up and just put it to his head with a rubber band. It's completely exposing his neck and his eyes and his mouth, so he could just die by any arrow shot, or at least if you go up to him and breathe on him or just stab him. And besides the fact that it just absolutely does not work for Hito and just looks absolutely horrible. Now I'm going to be doing a 2-for-1 with Kyoshin and Shigoki. I like Kyoshin's helmet, never been a big fan of his chest or his arms. Shigoki, like his helmet. I don't really particularly care for his chest because it looks like a toddler just scribbled on it with gold paint, and everything else about it is meh. For some reason, for the new helmet for Nobushi, you can make her look like she has a chessboard for a face. I guess we can finally ditch wooden armor and make chess pieces out of them, so I guess there is a reason why they decided to add a chessboard mask for Nobushi. Now moving on to the faction that Ubisoft likes to forget about. Overall, their armor didn't stand out to me as much as it usually does. It just seems to be pretty least decent armor with some good changes to it, and it just seems to be permanently purple. I think there's been better versions of it when it was either red or it was nice red, blue, and gold in there. For the Woolen, I will say I do like Zanhu's and Tiondi's set. They do look really cool. I especially like Tiondi's chest because that means I could try and work something around the other purple armor that Ubisoft gave Tiondi a while ago. I almost forgot, just like Ubisoft, how they keep trying to forget about the Woolen. I do like JJ's new helmet. It looks really nice and clean. I would definitely recommend trying to get it.
Ah, look at the top of his head!
Now moving on to the Outlanders. I didn't care for any of their armor except for the new hero, because it actually looks good. If I were to say which hero had the best fashion in each faction, I would probably say Warden had the best in the Knights. Warlord definitely had the best in the Vikings. For the Samurai, I wasn't really feeling too much on the fashion aspect, so I might either say Shinobi or Kyoshin, because I do like Kyoshin's helmet. Shinobi had a pretty decent armor set. It's obviously could have been better, and it's not the greatest, but
Life is good, but it can be better.
compared to what we've got for the Samurai, it was pretty alright. For the Woolen, I would say Zanhu got some pretty good armor. I know I didn't really talk about it much in this video or really at all, so it was pretty alright. For the Outlanders, I'm going to say the new hero, because I like their armor a lot more than Pirates and Magi's, what they've got now and what they have got already. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, or at least found it funny somewhat. Before I go, I just want to ask your guys' help. I have realized that my history videos of recent are taking a lot longer than I expect. That's either due to a certain topic needing to be researched a lot longer, or I'm just really busy. This is where you guys come in. I need some help to make some more low effort content that will still keep you guys entertained and will give me more time to focus on cinematic content like the Harakiri video as well as my history content. so if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. With that, I'll see you next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I know I'm late with this video, but what the hell is this patty cake paired emote? My warrior isn't from primary school. Now moving on to War Mummy. Her armor's really good, except her helmet just looks meh. Everything else about it looks good.